In President Samuel Ward's best-selling, groundbreaking, and stirring non-fiction history of the American red squirrel.
Please turn that down. I don't want to hear anything more about squirrels.
There's supposed to be a briefing on the Rotown incident.
We were there, Kim. I'm not sure we need the official agitprop.
From the mind of our nation's great leader comes a book for the ages about the humblest and most noble of God's creatures. Squirrels, Our Greatest National Treasure, by President Samuel Ward. Available now wherever fine books are sold nationwide.
This is it.
Citizens, good morning.
Why is the magistrate doing the briefing? That's unusual. Turn it up.
I speak to you today as your duly elected leader of justice and faithful servant of our beloved republic.
Why does it say breaking announcement? This is weird.
Yesterday, our beautiful city of Detroit, cradle
I was
of
expecting them
modern
to keep
robotics,
Rotown under
was
wraps
struck
until all the
by
deviants have been
the
caught.
carnage and destruction caused by these foreign agitators will not go unpunished. Murderous monsters acting on behalf of neighboring enemy states have struck a blow against justice, liberty, and everything this nation stands for. It's becoming clear that our great nation needs a leader who embodies all of our values: diversity, inclusion, strength, resilience, and most of all, hope. That is why I'm pleased.
She's awake.
Sorry about the restraints. Standard procedure for deviants, I'm afraid. The fetus is okay. We didn't know. It's frankly a miracle you made it all the way
You
here
knew what you
without...
were doing, putting your unborn child at risk. Still, if I'd known, I wouldn't have...
I hope you're not in too much pain. We just want to talk without complications. How does that sound, Pax? Nothing official. Just three adults talking. Okay, Pax?
Hey, he asked you a question.
I understand your reluctance, but we do need you to say something. To know you're lucid, for legal reasons.
You're not about to try anything, are you? Go ahead. I dare you.
Do trust.
What's that? Did you try to say something?
The only other alternative was a gag. We prefer less barbaric methods to prevent you from using illegal language.
Pretty good, right? It's an experimental drug mixture. You can still talk, but your magic spells are useless.
This conversation is long overdue. We've been on your trail since Boulder. And even before that, your mother's commune? That incident set off a lot of alarms.
But it took a while to connect the dots and tie you to the Rockies Tourist Center. Took even longer to tie you to the altercation in the diner out in Utah. Those officers have permanent injuries thanks to you.
That's when we realized we were dealing with... You call them divergents in Pacifica.
With a trail of destruction you've left behind in Rotown, Chicago, Boulder, the Rockies, Salt Lake. You're lucky it took us this long to catch up with you.
We know who you are, Pax. We know you're collaborating with a foreign entity.
Not talking with you. You drugged me. Tied me up.
I understand. You just woke up, you're disoriented. Probably worried about your friends. I'll do the talking. Enough people have died needlessly. You must see that. Another deviant went nova in front of us all in Chicago. We simply want to stop you and your compatriots from hurting anyone else. Justice has facilities where your words will be under control. We know you're not monsters, Pax. The disorder infected you when you were children. You need help, structure, order. The best thing, the safest thing for everyone is for you to tell us where your friends are and let us bring them in without unnecessary violence. Once they're all safe, we can figure out how to prevent more innocents from getting hurt.
He's being very generous.
You people are making new anomals. You're not looking to help us. You just want us out of the way.
What do you mean?
She's lying.
We found a child in the Rockies. Your people tried to murder her. She's a normal. Not even 10 years old. You're telling me she was a victim of a disorder that happened 30 years ago? We know what justice is doing. We saw your facility in Nevada. You're making anomals.
That's not possible. Where was this? How did you...
What the hell was that?
Puritans.
What? Is Pacifica staging an invasion?
Maybe not Pacifica, but just... Walker here. Roger that. They're on the second floor.
Already? How could they have gotten
The
past...
officers in the stairwell need assistance. Can you...
Yes, sir.
They're here for you, aren't they?
They're here for me. But we're not working with them, if that's what you think. They want me dead.
At least we have some common ground. Why do they want you dead? I have no interest in seeing the Puritans get their hands on you. Terminal, release restraints in room 5. Authorization code Walker...
What?
I'm letting you go, Pax. Terminal, authorization code Walker 9745. I don't know why they're after you or want you dead, but this is our country. We make the rules here. But you listen to me, Pax. I will find you and your crew again. For your safety and your child's well-being. Turn yourself in as soon as possible. They're coming up the north stairwell. Take the service elevator to the south, down to the garage. My people have bigger problems to worry about right now. They'll leave you be.
Oh, God. Hey, can someone give me a hand? Seriously, help.
matter. Sai, careful.
I know, Z. Let's go.
Before either Justice or the authorities decide we're the enemy.
What are you doing here?
Saving your ass, bro.
We had to get you to a real hospital. You were in a bad state.
But the thing we had 9-9. Things that only...
Stop! Eli! We swore to never speak of her Vox again. We were planning to get you out of here. Do you remember what happened in Rowtown?
Getting stabbed and... CT? They're...
No, sorry. The van's waiting for us in the garage.
The van?
That traitor you met with in Rowtown knew about the truck.
Sigh. I think I can stand on my own feet again.
I'm not letting you go quite yet, Pax.
Let's go. Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant?
She didn't tell me either.
Okay, so you can't really complain about keeping secrets, okay?
Secrets? What secrets?
Ask her.
It's complicated.
So's a justice informant.
That's not... I didn't have a choice.
Oh, we always have a choice. You chose to betray us.
Do you even know what justice can do to you? They were going to hurt my family. What kind of choice was that?
She called Justice and Liberty and told them about the poppies. That's why they came.
What? That's not true. Justice was already on their way. I was only trying to...
Come on, van's waiting.
Well, it's no tour bus, but we'll fit.
I'm just glad we ditched the truck after what 9-9 did.
Eli, no, we swore.
You're late. Let's go.
Who are you?
I'm your goddamn messiah, Pax. Get in.
Pax, I'll explain later. We've gotta go.
Wow, champ. You look like shit.
Yeah, that's the drugs.
Save it. We need to go. Now.
The data key. I don't have it. Theo.
Lost. In Rowtown. It must have dropped out of your pocket when that bitch attacked you.
No.
We're alive. That's what matters. Stay low, Pax. We'll get out of here. With 9-9's help.
Oh, God. It'll be fine.
Nothing will ever be fine again.
Come on. You've seen much worse.
No. No one has. I'm literally scarred for life. Just close your eyes, Pax. And ears.
Here we go. Grab onto something. We'll just be a couple of minutes.
Fine, but hurry.
Sorry for dragging you out of the van. Feeling okay after...
Soul's poetry helped. What's up with the old woman's Vox? Is she...
Do not
Never
go
again.
there.
We can't stay here. Every justice officer in the city's on high alert.
I just needed a minute with you guys, alone. Away from...
I think we can trust
Not
them.
the point, Theo. This is personal.
What? Where did you... We lost that in Rowtown. You couldn't possibly
It's a copy. I actually bought 3. S-Mart had a deal. I copied the purity data onto a second key while you guys were checking on Pax. I was supposed to give the duplicate to Justice in exchange for my family and a pardon. That's the duplicate. I gave Justice a 3rd key with just bullshit on it. I guess the mission's back on track. You all know I was in juvie. What I did not tell you was that I was facing more than a decade behind bars. For fucking graffiti. So when Justice told me there was a way out, I knew if I stayed inside, they'd eventually discover what I was. I'd never see daylight again. After I got out, I met with a handler every couple of weeks. I told them just enough to keep them happy. But I never sold anyone out. Then one day they informed me I'm being sent to Pacifica. If I resist, they'll put me back behind bars. They smuggled me across the border as a refugee. At first, they wanted me to attend some protests. Get cozy with Republic expats, small stuff. After a few years, they went silent. I figured they'd forgotten about me. Then, about a year ago, someone shows up. Tells me to volunteer for the Medina Castillo campaign. So that's what I do. I keep them informed. It's not like I know much. But my handler isn't happy. Says they need more. Or I'm toast, and they will arrest my whole family. Put them on trial for harboring a terrorist. When Theo offered us this assignment, it's like I've hit the jackpot. Justice would kill to get their hands on Puritan data. I tell them as little as possible. Nothing about you guys, and they offer me a deal. Hand over the data key. Slate's wiped clean. And my family's safe.
Did you tell Justice about Liberty?
No. No. Well, sort of, but it's not what you think. I overheard one of the Camp Karens, Moon, talking to someone. Said she'd call the cops on those deviants. That they finally had a way to get rid of Annie. Justice were on their way. So, it was either tell you and make a run for it, or I called the number I had. Told them Moon was bullshitting. That Liberty was a drug operation, and if they held off until that evening, they'd be able to arrest the Kingpin. Unfortunately, they showed up way sooner than I'd hoped, and with a fucking army. But at least they weren't looking for anomals. Look, Liberty was doomed, no matter what. I was hoping to get everyone out before Justice arrived, but I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you without revealing everything. And I was afraid you wouldn't understand and leave me behind. But I did not sell them out, Pax. I tried to save them. All of them. And keep you safe. Which is why I left. The longer I stayed, the bigger the risk. For everyone. And I was getting sick from all the lies, so I figured Iowa was as good a time as any to get out. Hand over the duplicate of Justice. Especially after what happened at dinner that night, but I didn't. I couldn't. I mean, who knows what's on that thing? So, I gave them the third key, with a bunch of bullshit encrypted data on it. It'll take Justice ages to crack it. If they find out it's mostly K-pop, boy, are they gonna be mad. After I give them the key, they release me, tell me I can go home, that my family's safe, but when I finally get there, my dad calls the cops on me. Tells me they disowned me, long ago, that I was a black stain on their flawless reputation. I was never gonna be what they wanted. Believing otherwise was a fairy tale. And here we are. I sacrificed this family for what I believed was my real family, and I'll never forgive myself for that mistake. But I had to explain myself before...
Sai, I'm sorry.
You are? I mean, thanks for not yelling at me, but I don't expect you to just forgive me. After my parents kicked me out again, I didn't know what to do or where to go. But I remembered the map and the location of the Bronx Library. So that's where I went. And that's where I met Ruth, the librarian, and that's where I realized what I had to do. I can't just Walk away. I can't leave the Republic again. I got it all wrong. I couldn't see that the whole time I was working for justice, I actually had power over them. I was feeding my handlers information to help them, but I could have just as easily fed them information to hurt them. When we left Pacifica, there was no way I could have played that game and won. But I've learned a lot. From you, Gnome, Theo. I might be able to do some real damage. From the inside. I owe it to the people I've hurt to at least try.
As long as it doesn't kill you.
Maybe it will. I don't have your moxie and Vox. You'd be great at it.
Sai, I have a kid to think about.
I know. I just don't get why you're putting your trust in some shadow entity instead of helping people here, where it matters.
I don't owe the people in this country anything, no matter who they are.
You don't. But we both know if anyone has the power to make a difference, it's you.
Sorry to crash the party, but Ruth says, and I quote, "If those goddamn fools don't get back in the van right now, we're leaving without them." End quote. Apparently they've started shutting down bridges and tunnels.
Sai.
I'm staying, Pax.
She's not going to change her mind. Listen, mate. No matter what you did or didn't do, you came back to help Pax. That matters. And I love you for it.
I'll miss you, Gnome. And you, Theo. You may be the biggest dork I've ever known, but you're a mensch. And I adore you. I know you're angry, and that's fine, but that's not gonna stop me.
Sai.
No. Fuck that. We'll see each other again. And I love you like a big sister. Always will. Stay safe. This is the last mile. You'll make it.
When we were in Chicago, I got this K-pop mix from a guy who... Well, you should have it. I got it for you.
You? No way, dude. I never thought you'd... But you don't even like K-pop.
No, but you do.
Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. No hugs from me, though. I don't want any tears.
You're staying.
I'm a militant motherfucker. Whatever the hell Justice are aiming to do, I'm aiming to stop them. That's hard work to do remotely. And honestly, the stuff this one said inspired me. Maybe I'll even introduce her to some people.
This is your last warning, people. I'm pulling out of here in 10 seconds.
They're ready, Ruth. She'll take care of you folks. She's the best goddamn librarian we got. Now, let's clear the streets before the drones arrive. I know this little joint only 10, 15 minutes away. We can grab a beer and call some folks.
Sure.
Is anyone gonna tell me how you all made it to New York?
That would mean getting into details about how Nine used her Vox to...
No! No. We swore.
Never again.
I mean, she just did it again earlier today.
Never again? Again.
Oh, come on, guys. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Speak for yourself, Theo. Age has dulled all your senses.
Hey, I'm not that much older than you know.
Why isn't she saying anything?
Oh God, not again.